All right, let's get to the game summary. Again, the final, Albuquerque 11, Oklahoma City 10. It began with Jose Mujica on the mound, and the second batter that he faced, one of the main reasons why a lot of people showed up today. Game 2 of his Major League Rehab assignment, 2019 MVP Cody Bellinger at the plate. Here comes the 0-1 from Mujica. And that one's hit well, deep, right center field. Bellinger, did he get enough of it? Yes, he did. It is gone. Cody Bellinger with a home run to deep right center field. And Oklahoma City gets the jump. It's 1-0. Another rehabbing major leaguer, Zach McKinstry, followed with a double, but Mujica was able to get the next 2 outs. Starter for Oklahoma City, Tony Gonzalen. He was the third Dodger on a rehab assignment, and Gonzalen retired the Isotopes in order 1-2-3 in the first and second innings. And then that took us to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 at this point. Leading off was Eric Stamets. First pitch of the inning to Eric Stamets is a line drive fair down the third base line. Stamets looking for extra bases, takes the turn on his way to second. He'll coast in with a double. So Oklahoma City with a 1-0 lead over Albuquerque, but the Isotopes get a leadoff double on the first pitch here in the bottom of the third. So that was the Isotopes' first base runner. Stamets got to third but was stranded there. That took us to the fourth inning. Mujica still on the mound. And McKinstry started off the fly out to left. Ruiz then singled to center. 1 on, 1 out, and at the plate was Luke Raley. Shift just got more pronounced, and the 0-1 hit high and deep to right field, and Nick Longy is just a spectator. That is a very high, deep home run. They're chasing that one at the top of the berm in right field. Luke Raley, a no doubt about it home run, a 2-run shot, and Oklahoma City's lead is now 3-0. While the Dodgers were still high-fiving Raley in the dugout, Rangel Ravello swing at the first pitch. He homered as well, so back-to-back home runs on consecutive pitches. And then Andy Burns walked. Carlos Asuaje doubled. And so there's 2 on, there's 2 out, and that brought Omar Estevez to the plate. 0-1 pitch. Bouncing ball on the right side, and into right field for a base hit. Burns scores. Asuaje heading home, and he scores. Omar Estevez, a 2-run single just past the dive of the second baseman Stamets, and it is now 6-0 Dodgers. So that was a 5-run top of the fourth inning. Albuquerque tried to start the comeback in the bottom of the fourth. Sam Hilliard had a double, and then he stole third. The throw got into left field. Hilliard popped up, came around to score. So the Topes got their first run via that throwing error. That made it 6-1. Then came the fifth inning. Ian Clarkin took over, allowed a 1-out double. And then with 2 outs and a runner at second base, at the plate was Rangel Ravello. And the 2-2. Is hit in the air down the left field line. That one's deep. That one is gone. It's into the Albuquerque bullpen. Rangel Ravello hits his second home run of the game. Just got it over the fence. And the score is 8-1 Dodgers. Next up was Andy Burns. He doubled. And so the Dodgers were continuing to pile it on at this point, looking for more. Carlos Asuaje up next. 2-1 on the way. This one is a line drive base hit right field. Digging for third is Burns. He's being waved in. Longy's throw is not in time. It was a good throw, a perfect throw on one hop, but just a little bit late. It's an RBI single for Carlos Asuaje, and it's 9-1 Oklahoma City. At this point, it looked like a blowout. Topes didn't score in the 5th inning. Neither team scored in the 6th inning. Then in the 7th inning, after Keibert Ruiz doubled, he scored on a sacrifice fly. It's now 10-1, and it looks like, well, for some people, think maybe it's time to go home. It's 10-1, bottom of the 7th inning. Albuquerque comes to bat, and it started off with Eric Stamets, an infield single. Then Jose Gomez hit a ball to center. Cody Bellinger went back. He checked to see where that hill was a couple of times. He was at the back of the warning track, and the ball went off his glove for an error. So that put runners at second and third, and that brought Scott Burcham to the plate. 1-2 pitch hit in the air, shallow right. coming in McKinstry, also fighting the sun, doesn't see it, and it drops in between three different Oklahoma City players. One run scores. Over to third goes Gomez. Bertram safe at first base. The Topes get a run back. They're now trailing 10-2. At this point, it still just kind of feels like it's footnotes to a blowout, right? Okay, you got a ball that got dropped. You got another ball that kind of got lost in the sun. Next up was Winton Bernard. Payoff pitch en route. Popped up into shallow right. Another chance for McKinstry battling the sun. And this time it is dropped by the two Oklahoma City players. Scoring from third is Gomez. And it is 10-3. The second baseman of Swahe and McKinstry, they ran into one another. It looked like they both ended up being okay. It was scored in air on the second baseman of Swahe. And so a bunch of issues with guys being around one another and the sun and all that. And the next up was Sam Hilliard. Pitch on the way. Line drive. That's a clean base hit center field. Around third base, here comes Bertram to score. Bellinger's throw goes to third on the fly, and as a result, Hilliard will get the second on that throw. It's an RBI single. 3 have scored in the inning. It's now 10-4. So at this point, Jeffrey Ramirez exits, Andrew Schwab comes in, and it starts to become a little bit more real. You start counting how many more guys have to come to the plate until the tying run comes up. But still, you're down 10-4. And then after Nick Longy popped up to second, the next batter was Greg Bird. The pitch, pulled right field, well hit, on its way, it is off the wall. That scores Bernard, that scores Hilliard. Slide into second, Bird is out. And that is the second out of the inning. I think that Soto got spiked in the process, but 2 runs have scored. It's now 10-6. So now the comeback's starting to feel like it really does have a chance. Although because Bird was thrown out, now there's nobody on base. Now there's 2 outs. You're still down by 4 at this point. And next up was the catcher, Brian Servin. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Hit well, deep left field. No doubt about that one. It is on the roof of the pavilion. Brian Servin, a towering home run to left field. That's his second of the season, and the Isotopes are now trailing just 10-7. Next up was Jose Versino. He struck out. So now we go to the 8th inning, and now you need your bullpen to keep it close. Zach Rusk up 1-2-3, immediately set the Dodgers down in order, and the Topes came right back to the plate. Stamets led off the 8th inning with a walk. Gomez singled to left. And then that ended the day for Schwab. Mitch White then came on. White struck out Bertram. And so now there's 2 on, 1 out, and at the plate, Winton Bernard. First pitch, line drive, left center field gap. That's down for a base hit. That goes all the way to the power forward sign. Here comes Stamets to score. Right behind him is Gomez. No relay throw. Winton Bernard, a 2-run double. And the Topes are now trailing just 10-9. Next batter was Sam Hilliard. He struck out. So now there's 2 outs. Topes down by a run, bottom of the 8th inning. And next up was Nick Longy. Here's the first pitch. Line drive, base hit center field. Here comes Bernard around third. He scores. We are tied at 10 apiece. Nick Longy on the first pitch rips one up the middle. The Topes were once down 10-1. Now we are tied at 10-10. So Nick Longy ties it up at that point. Greg Bird then followed with a line drive to second that was a diving catch by Estevez. And so that ended the 8th. We went to the 9th. Justin Lawrence, 1-2-3. Dodgers went down quickly. And then we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. James Pazos on the mound. Brian Servin at the plate. And this is the Miller Lite good call of the game. The 1-0. Line drive, left field, deep. Is it over? It is over! It is over! Brian Servin, a line drive home run to left field. The impossible has happened. The comeback is complete. The celebration is on. The Topes were down 10-1. They have won it 11 Brian Serven, walk-off home run. Again, that is the Miller Lite good call of the game. Miller Lite, proud to be an official partner of the Albuquerque Isotopes. When you pair America's favorite pastime with a nice cold Miller Lite, it's not just game time, it's Miller time. Please drink responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What a moment for Brian Serven and the Albuquerque Isotopes. Again, Serven hit a home run in the 7th inning. That made it 10-7, and then he completes the comeback with the walk-off home run. 11-10 is the final. We'll take another break here on the Southwest Company Systems postgame show. When we come back, we'll see how the Rockies did, how everyone else in Major League Baseball and AAA West did as well. Again, what a comeback. Second biggest comeback in Albuquerque Isotopes history. From down 9 to a victory, 11-10 over the Dodgers. This is the Albuquerque Isotopes Multimedia Network.